What's up, guys? In today's video, I'm back here again to present my take of the Bestial Runic Synchro deck. I feel like this deck could be a lot stronger if we add in like an extra engine to help grind out to like beat the opponents in a grind game. So I feel like having a Brand Fusion package would be nice. Starting off with the list, we have 3 Quam, 3 Cartesia, 1 Bestial Aliber, 3 Lubellion, 1 Magnuma, Druis, and Sarnier. Decided to cut Baldrake from this list as every deck is running Little Knight right now, and Little Knight kind of just destroys Baldrake, as you can go just effect on summon, banish something. If you go Baldrake, you just chain the Little Knight, so just dodge it. So I don't think it was like that great. Quem and Cartesia are your primary tuners of the deck, and like your starters. Most likely just want to open Quem as like it's foolish, like it just sets up your graveyard to like make a Dispater and like play on from there. And Mr. Oliver is just a search target off Lubellion and is another tuner that you can send off Quan to be Albaz in the graveyard of Cartesia. But Fawn of Albaz itself is also like not bad of a send, as like you can go Quan Reborn it and like try to fuse with this stuff. The Bestial package is quite small, but like due to space reasons, you can't really run more, and running through the bonus is like the most powerful one. For the other monsters, we have 2 Albaz, triple Nibiru. 2 Albaz and like the 3 Branded Fusion down here is like kind of like how Chimera like runs this like small engine, like just to add like consistency and a bit of power to the deck, like just like help extend its plays. Even though it doesn't really extend here, as like it can shut down synchro plays, but you want to use the Branded Fusion like when it's like the best thing you can do, you know. So like it's a commitment, but if you use it right, it can definitely feel like very powerful. And 3 Nib over the 3 Ash they ran, as like if I want to open like one hand trap in this deck, I want to open Nib as it's more high impact than Ash, and like every deck is not gonna like just lose to Ash, and then some of them are just gonna hit you with talent, and it's gonna really suck. So I'd rather like be able to try to resolve a more high impact card more than Droll, as I think Nib is a little more powerful than Droll and like versatile. As like Rescueist doesn't really get hit by Droll, and like Nib at least has a chance of being able to like be somewhat effective, and like it can be like a beat stick into like some of the bodies like they summon off rescue, I guess. For the Runics, we have the best semi-limit in the game, Double Fountain, and we have 3 Tip, 3 Freezing Curses, 3 Flashing Fire, 3 Destruction, 3 Slumber. It is kind of a small amount of Runics, 443, but like I feel like adding in this Brand Fusion engine is worth it. And there is no 16th Runic. Like, I mean, maybe the math works out on that, but I just don't think it's like needed. Like, if we need to use these Runics going second, then I probably just want either like I just want the ones that are gonna like help us more, because Slumber at least like can protect our guys like a Happy Memory or something, and like it can be used like a little more defensively to like stop an attack, I guess. Uh, for the other spells, we have the double regain, 3 talent, and 3 Brand Fusion. I was a little against running 2 regain, but this card is actually just like produce an insane amount of follow up. We have to draw so many cards, and since there's like the opponent removes the regained, it definitely hurts a bit. But also just having the second one means like that your grind game is insane, and like removing the first one doesn't matter as much either. And also the second effect to reborn is once per chain, so like establishing 2 of these is also just like infinite bodies, infinite sends off Juris, infinite Magnamut switches, and I guess like infinite foolishes. I don't know. And the talent, like, there's no like amazing place to hand trap besides like imperming like Hugin or Quem. So like talent is like, well, like I mean, or like Valor. Valor's like seeing some playing like Rescuers and Vanadium, like getting hand trapped, but like it definitely doesn't hurt that much. And like if it does, you just draw 2 in a deck with like plenty of good draws that can also just sometimes convert into more draws, or just hand whip, which is just exceptionally good this format. And then the 3 Branded Fusion, just like another power card in a deck full of just good cards. Like Runics are good cards, Bestials are just overall good cards. Regained is like it's still really good. All Baz in the right spot can hurt the opponent real bad. And there's Brain Fusion, and it can also you can use it to chain block certain effects as well by sending a Saronir and doing a chain like to the Lubellion, allowing you to establish like a Mirror Jade for free, getting around some of the Infernoble Knight stuff. I don't know why, but it seems the most common there, around their Gear Freed or their Appaloosa sometimes if they get to that. So I think Brain Fusion is also good. For the extra deck, we have double Hugin, one Jerry, one Sleipnir, one Grangoyle, double Albion, one Lubellion, the Searing Dragon, not the main deck one, Mirror Jade, Sanctifier, Runbrom, Coral Dragon, Dissipator, Baron, and Little Knight. Hugin, running 2 as most run 2 probably should do that. You can include from the EMZ, using a Quem or Cartesia either to fuse into a Grangoyle or Synchro off into Coral Dragon, which is the reason why this card is here. And then you can use a second Runic to summon either if you have found, you can go for plays with Jerry or summon a Hugin, try to get a plus off that, which is pretty good. And even though there's no level 8 in here, you can still turn the Hugin and the Coral Dragon into Little Knight. You'll still get your Banish, and Coral Dragon also doesn't say it has to be a Synchro material, which I didn't even know. It just says if this Synchro summon card is sent from field to grave, which definitely makes the card a lot more versatile as well. I know there is a pretty decent amount of Branded Fusion targets, but the Rinbrum is here just as a good Mirror Jade send, as just light and darks is super common, so being able to fuse away them just feels worth it. And sometimes you can summon this card using the Jerry on field or the Sleipnir on field to fuse into it, which is funny. I don't know how often that comes up, but it could. Sanctifier also just allows you to grind so well. Also good against Runic decks, as most of them have targeting effects. So putting up this guy and just being able to try to summon back guys constantly is also especially strong. Mirror Jade again, also just an added layer to this deck. Just having its powerful banish plus follow up, and then removing it punishes you so hard as well. So it makes it even harder to lose with your insane grind game. Dissipator, with the specific extra, it's not as powerful as you don't have other powerful plays after it besides Little Knight, but Little Knight also just runs this format, so I don't know, having Dissipator and Little Knight seems pretty strong. And then the one Baron, Baron is just an insane card. So glad it got reprinted, because now I was actually able to finally pick one up. My previous list, from the first video, did not have this card in there because I didn't have a Baron. But I was able to pick it up, and it feels so worth it to run. I feel like this card should not really be cut. I like running it a lot, especially to back row matchups. You want to summon a Baron instead of a Dissipator, as Dissipator can be weak to something like Rescue Aces Extinguish, where it's essentially a 2-for-1 because of the 2 guys you used to make it. But with a Baron, they're probably getting 2-for-1 because that's what this card does. Moving on to the side deck, we have 3 Droll, 3 Phantasme, double Saronir, 3 Dark Ruler, 3 Cosmic, and 1 Dispelling. I decided to keep at least some of the stuff they were playing in this list. I moved the Nibs to main. I took out the Ghost Sister. You can play it if you want to, or a Munin, and that's probably fine, but this is just if you were playing this on DB, you're probably just not playing either, honestly. So, yeah. Phantasme is a card that I definitely have overlooked as well, as with every deck playing Little Knight, it benefits this card so much as it's like able to draw cards, find your board breakers after like post side, and also it stops Little Knight second effect or like first effect depending on what you're looking for, which is also pretty good with the body on field, and also helps make Little Knight. Double Sarnier is just to add to the engine going first or like going second into matchups like Tier Element where Bystials happen to be better, and this with like the one dispelling as well. Probably should have just chained this for the Smiting Storm. In hindsight, that's probably what we do. I can put it in like right now. If DB will work. Yeah, okay. Three Dark Ruler. Like even like this, the battle phase of this deck doesn't actually matter that much. But like you could still like clear fields like with Branded Fusion, Albaz, and like Baron, like even Coral Dragon, you have like so much removal. Like Dark Ruler, you can still like be able to like clear fields even without your battle phase. And Triple Cosmic over something like Storms and Feather Duster because of like Annie Spell. And there are definitely a couple of decks just running Annie Spell, like Unchained, for example. So that's my version of the Runic Bistro Synchro deck. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you did. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.